Yeah, it was a good weekend. Like to see us obviously finish that sweep, getting out to a 5-run lead again, coming off 11-2 victory. That's a game that you've got to finish right there, and so anytime you win 2 out of 3 is a good weekend. But it's losing the last one. That's what leaves sour taste in your mouth. If you drop the first one and win the next 2, or drop the middle game, etc. But thought it was a good start for us against a much improved Rice team. This got some good arms, and thought we handled ourselves real well offensively. Defended it pretty good. Got to cut down on the freebies, obviously, but I think that comes with getting to know our new guys on the bump and who fits where, and so that's going to come with a little bit of experience.
Coach, everybody's going to point out the 24 runs on offense for the weekend. But how impressed or evaluate your starting pitchers this weekend?
Well, thought Jake Hammond gave us a good start. I'm very careful with the pitch count right now, and having so many new guys, we've got to figure out, what's what. So I thought he gave us a good start. McGehee is going to miss this week. He's got some soreness right now. He's a little tight in the forearm area, probably some bicep tendonitis. Just got him looked at. He's fine, but we're going to need to get him doctored up a little bit with some medicine and whatnot, and so he'll miss this week. His stuff is really, really good. He lacked command, 6 walks in 3 innings, no runs. That speaks to his stuff, but have not seen that out of him as far as the walks, and I think that's because his arm was barking. And that goes with experience. You got to know when to say something, when to speak up, and so I think a healthy McGehee would have plowed right through there. And then Nezu, pitch count got away, too many 3-ball counts, hand off a big lead. We got to get a 0 after we score there, and that's just going to break will. But it's a good fastball, and I think he's just going to, this is new to him, even though he's coming from Florida State. He doesn't have that type of experience. I think he's just going to keep getting better and better. And like, we talked about in our previous talks, it's going to be about identifying who fits where, and we'll keep tinkering with that right now. Well, not right now. I mean, we have a good offense and we have good defense. And so, yeah, they perform well against some good arms, and we're able to bail us out of some spots too. So I think we'll continue to get better and better and better. And like I said, it's a good way to start.
You think if you get that 0 yesterday, bottom second, it's a whole different ball?
Yeah, I think it's that's going to be that probably, and we need to go ahead and tack on a couple. I think that game's going to be 8-5, 8-4. We gave up 18 on the weekend. I think I went back and counted this morning. 7 of them they hit their way in. Other than that, it was wild pitch, error, and walks and hit batters. We cleaned that up, and a lot of that too is knowing who can do what, and because we have options. And so we'll figure that out, and hopefully sooner than later. But it was that was one of those pivotal moments where, coming off of a tight game on Friday into a blowout, and you score 5 in the second, generally that's going to be that if you don't give them anything. And that's why, I get more animated in big and lopsided games than I do in a 3-2 game, just because I know how quick things can turn. And that's what you saw yesterday.
How much of things that maybe didn't go your way do you just put in it's the first weekend of the season, and how much do you take seriously? How do you judge that?
Really, pretty much everything went our way, Kevin. What didn't go our way was self-inflicted. And what I mean by that was us giving them free base runners. And, that the quick fix on that is just understanding who your personnel is and where they fit, and maybe there's somebody else better suited for that. But I think too, and we were talking about it this morning. Last year we were very new offensively, and it took getting beat up by Stanford and Indiana, and I thought we played well offensively against Arkansas, but struggling the first month of the season, and then you're kind of seeing now what those guys went through. The talent's there. I think it's just a mentality and finding the right role for everybody.
Early scouting report on BYU. What are they doing?
They're good. They're a top 50 program. They're up 2-1 in the series right now at La Tech with a blowout win on Friday, opening game. Dropped the second one, high scoring affair, and then score more runs yesterday. There's a fourth game today, so we'll see how that plays out. They can hit. They've got some guys that know how to pitch, and so they're a good ball club.
Are you looking at like both with 4 games and McGehee out, like a bullpen game or two, or?
I don't want to go that route. I'm going to run Moody out there. There's a guy that threw twice, inning each time. Looked really, really good. He thinks he's a starter. I thought, we believed that he was more of a back end piece, and he proved that this weekend. It was really good. But he's big. He's a big donkey, man. He's durable, and so run him out on Wednesday and see if he can get tack some pitches on him, and then run Tommy out there. Need to get Tommy in a starting role, and then back to Jake and then Nezu, and we'll see. I'd like to get 5 out of each of them.
Did, of all the guys who were in any kind of a question did CJ make the biggest?
Man, I think Connor Higgs would have something to say about that. But if those 2 guys, I was just telling our staff, if those 2 guys hit their potential, watch out, because both of them have tremendously big ceilings. And, CJ that's been brewing for a while. I've seen it in practice, seen it just in the way he carries himself and handles himself. And he looked like a guy that's been in AAA for 3 years playing the game this weekend. And then Connor Higgs, pound for pound, probably has as much or more ability with the bat than anybody we got. And just from a power standpoint and a speed and strength. And, he's made a couple of adjustments, and you look up and he's, 4 knocks and all of it off the bench, and 3 doubles, and hit by pitch, and playing up to his ability all of a sudden. So might have to maneuver a couple of things, try to work both those guys out there, because I got to have Veillon out there too. And right now, Higgs and Veillon maybe go back and forth, but CJ can play on the infield as well, not just first base.